We're all set. Thank you very much, Ann. You never know when they're going to zoom in on the old. Thank you very much.
My audio level will be about like this, talking with Danny DeVito. Okay.
And here we go.
Sometime.
Yeah, pretty soon. We'll have speed soon. Right,
Maybe this
Hector?
year. Maybe yet.
And we have speed.
All right.
Well, Danny, the last time that we talked was in Dallas. That's my home territory.
That's right. That's right.
And now I'm out here in your territory.
That's right, L.A.
Except that you don't spend a heck of a lot of time here, do you?
No, unfortunately. I've been running around a lot, as they say, doing a lot of things. I think since you saw me last with Romancing, I'd already shot this picture, which is Johnny Dangerously, and since then I've been in town, but very, very busy, doing the ratings game, this picture that I directed that stars Rhea, my wife, Rhea Perlman, and myself, and for the movie channel. It's going to be on the 15th, by the way, of December. I hope you watch it, and I'm real excited about that. But it's been that kind of, all-consuming, momentous kind of. And I have a new baby. New baby. She's 20 months old. We have a new baby on the way.
Yes, and when does that one come?
That one comes in April, and we're really looking forward to having the pitter-patter of all these little feets running around. But it always is a struggle, like to try to keep that, that is the most important thing, the family, I believe, and so to keep that balance, because being the workaholics that we are, Rhea is doing Cheers. She's 5 months pregnant now, and she's doing, they're going to do 26 shows this year, and she's starting to, show real good, and she's really dedicated to her work, and the way I feel about mine, that's always the main dilemma, if there ever is one, to try to keep that quality time, see Lucy, and try to get home and put her to bed, and be there in the morning if you can, and try to get her to come to work as much as possible. Like when we were doing the ratings game, Rhea was on the set with me a lot, and we have a nanny taking care of Lucy, and they would come down to the studio or the locations on the street wherever we were, and when we were in the studio, we always say, now Lucy always, Daddy, Daddy, Mommy, Mommy, right? Shh, Lucy, shh, gotta keep quiet, So now whenever I say I'm going to work, Lucy goes, shh, right? Because that's what it means to her. And it's this kind of, like we were doing a scene in the ratings games. It's about fixing the TV ratings, by the way. I play this character from Jersey who kind of manipulates the Nielsen people. And it was great. I'm doing a scene with a woman, and she has a monologue. We're working on it. And just at the end of the monologue, Lucy said, Daddy, right? And somebody in the crew said, it sounded like she said, save it, which is a term that the crew uses to stop the, when you finish filming. I said, well, she's like ensconced in this whole film jar, pretty soon she'll be going, Daddy, is that MOS or is that with sound, or, are you going to edit this, or what? You're going to do a dissolve here? I can't wait until she's old enough to start giving me notes, I don't think you should cut here, Daddy. I think we should let that scene play out a little longer. I don't know.
She's going to be another Steven Spielberg by the time she's 10.
I think so. I think it's exciting. Well, that's what we need. We need more women in films.
Yeah, I'm glad
that's
to
why,
hear you say that.
Well, one of the reasons for me in this picture, Johnny Dangerously, was to work with Amy Heckerling. I've known Amy for many years. We go back. She was going out with Martin Brest, who's another good friend of mine, who just directed Beverly Hills Cop, which is a very exciting movie. And when I found out Amy was doing this picture, I thought that would be terrific to be able to do a part, make a contribution to it. She did so well in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I thought that was kind of, really a fun movie. So it's nice working with a woman director. I mean,
Well, and you're working also with Joe Piscopo in his first
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Now, did Joe ever talk to you? You know, did he ever seem nervous or, you know, feel like he wanted your input?
Well, Joe and I go back a ways with. I hosted Saturday Night Live. We're buddies there, and you know, co-hosted with Rhea once, and you know, he makes you feel very comfortable. He's a really nice guy, and I didn't sense any kind of, you know, I feel Joe was doing a great job, and you know, and I'll help him out anytime I can. We're going to do a picture together.
What is that all
Called
about?
Wise Guys. I'm real excited about it. It's two guys who are like, you know, Jersey guys. We're both Jersey boys, by the way. Joe's from Jersey, so am I, and uh, it's about sort of lower echelon, you know, guys. Like if you took the layers away from The Godfather, and you found out who was buying Don Corleone's Gabagool and who was picking up his laundry. You know, that's these two guys. You know what I'm saying? It's a character comedy. It's they get in trouble with the boys, and it's all in fun. It's not a satire. It's more of a character-based comedy, and action and excitement that you would normally get from one of those pictures, but with a humorous look. A couple of guys who are in that situation.
Is it a more multifaceted role for Joe than this one is?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, when you do a picture like Johnny Dangerously, you know, you're going broad. You know, you're leaning on certain characterizations that are acceptable in a spoof of this nature, and with a character comedy more like Taxi or more like even in Romancing the Stone, we were borderline there. You know, we had to keep some semblance of reality, otherwise people wouldn't get too involved with the story. It's more in those terms, like like Taxi or you know, that kind of comedy. So it's deeper for the actor, gives you more chance to like explore more naturalistic humor, you know,
Yeah.
and so it gives you that other range to explore. And I'm sure Joe's gonna have a ball doing it. I can't wait to start. I hope we can work all there are little details, you know, starting a picture, you know, and we're working them out.
Danny, if somebody said, you know, I want a Danny DeVito, you know, it's a Danny DeVito role, what would they be saying in your mind? What would that be saying?
Gosh, you know, Bobbie, I think if you look at the past like 5 or 6 years, I guess you'd be looking at kind of shady characters. You know, guys who are just a little bit on that side of the old law. Not only the law, but you know, humanity in some cases, I guess. You know, although you know, I'm sure that in the future I'll get a chance to do some other parts.
But you're such a sweet, lovable guy.
I am, aren't I? Well, in the ratings game, the picture I did with Rhea, I play a guy who fixes the Nielsen's ratings. And you know, I'm kind of you know, I'm not a miserable guy. I'm a really nice guy. You know, it's just a guy who's up against the wall again, who's got no recourse, who's being treated very badly by the network people. You know, and not that I have in the past. I mean, being canceled on ABC and NBC doesn't make me bitter at all, because I mean, they gave me my career in a kind of a weird way, my visibility, as I say, and the opportunity to play a good part. But you know, so it's not so much that the characters are despicable. I mean, they're characters that the people out there can love, can get behind. Like when Vic DeSalvo fixes the ratings. I mean, I hope and I know that people out in the audience are going to go, "Way to go, Vic!" It's all in fun. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's all in fun.
Well, Danny, we have run out of time,
Oh,
but it's
well.
always delightful to
Well,
see you.
Thank you very much.
And
Bobbie.
and I will be thinking about you all coming April and hoping that you got a nice, healthy
Oh,
baby.
yeah, yeah.
And my
Thank you.
best to Rhea, too.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you. Congratulations on this
Thank you.
picture.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Now we do the questions.
Okay, I don't need you to turn around.
I'll tell you what.
You're not going to move the camera? Oh, okay. Then, what have you been doing?
Just sort of
Just turn myself around. Okay, all right. Okay, fine. Okay, that should.
Just look for the, yes, and I think I see.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Paul,
Okay.
you still rolling? Okay, okay, here we go with the questions. And just lean back just a
A little,
bit.
okay, like so?
Yeah,
Okay.
right. All right, and action.
Danny, my goodness, you have been so busy with 3 movies back to back. If somebody were to say it's a Danny DeVito role, what would that mean to you? Did you feel at any time that Joe Piscopo was nervous about doing his first movie? What is this movie you and Rhea are doing together? In the movie that you and Piscopo are going to do, your own movie, will it be a more multifaceted role for Joe than this one? Okay, just some reactions now. Okay,
Okay,
thank you.